What was your first like major investment outside of music? Like what developed? Cause you had like gas stations and all kinds of shit. So what piqued your interest as like an entrepreneur or like from a business investment perspective early on?
For me, real estate.
Okay.
Being from the
What
South.
was your first big purchase in real estate? Did you go residential or commercial?
I went residential first.
Okay.
Then I brought a building on Canal Street.
Commercial.
In New Orleans, commercial.
Okay. How
So,
big?
Big. No other African American had a building on Canal Street.
Well, I
in New
mean, like
Orleans.
how many square feet? How many floors?
That building before Hurricane Katrina is probably was big as a school.
Okay, like 100,000 square feet,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
1 level, 2 levels,
5 levels.
5 levels. Okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah.
Downtown
For-
Canal Street, you say?
For a man from the project.
All right, yeah.
From a man from the project.
Yeah, let a motherfucker know you swinging a big stick in the city. You
Yeah.
dig what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah.
So that was okay. You went from that to what?
Just buying all kind of houses and, being a part of knowing that I could make money doing this.
Right. But, I also want to let everybody know, all the youngsters in here, listen, man, I patterned a lot of my business plays and my business acumen outside of music. Not talking about the music shit.
Yeah.
Outside of music. Like, I knew to go and buy a multifamily motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I knew that shit could P said it. I knew, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Residual income.
Yeah.
I know that we live in the closest thing to downtown. Most motherfucking ghettos and, most Martin Luther Kings is right downtown.
Yeah, you in the hood.
Which is prime motherfucking real estate.
Yeah.
As soon as they start expanding downtown.
You're going to be able to.
So you buy this shit up, man, that shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, man.
To build the dome, they had to go and holler at some number running niggas, you know what I'm saying, over off Fair Street.
Yeah.
They figure this shit out.
Yeah.
To build this dome you want to build.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to get me out your way. I've been here first.
That's thinking outside of the box.
Yeah.
Because even when I moved to Baton Rouge, I brought all this land. I brought the Coca-Cola building. I brought a bunch of land on the side of the roads in Baton Rouge, but I knew they was going to one day build a mall.
Right.
And so...
Did they build a motherfucking P?
They built it.
Did they build it?
They built it.
Had to get you out the way, didn't
They
they?
had to get me out the way.
Had to get you out the way, didn't
They
they?
had to get me out the way.
You care to mention exactly like what it took to get you out the way.
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
Yeah, I can't talk about it. It was a lot, though.
Man, shit, man. And so how many years in the making was that development, though? What year did you buy it versus what year did it materialize?
It materialized.
Just to give some perspective.
It took 10 years.
You see what I'm saying?
So
how much did you spend 10 years ago?
A little bit of nothing.
Like what?
I mean, for the...
35,000, 100,000?
Maybe a couple hundred for each land, but it was big land.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So a couple 100,000. But now, listen, don't sneeze at this.
Yeah.
A couple 100,000 just to buy some shit to sit on it for 10 years hoping it go your way.
Yeah.
That shit is fucking sheer vision.
Yeah, and it was just land.
You dig what I'm saying?
Just on the side of the road.
You know how many motherfuckers rode by that shit before you thought to buy it?
Yeah. Well, they didn't do nothing. So this is what I wanted to tell y'all. They didn't do nothing to have that type of money to buy that type of product. So that property wouldn't have been brought unless you had more. So
there's motherfuckers over there. There's motherfuckers who had basketball teams and
they
all
couldn't
that.
see that vision. They just seen
That's
it
what I'm
as a
saying.
little. They just seen
Michael
it as a,
Jordan was over there.
Yeah,
He rode right by it.
Yeah,
Shoot.
yeah. Well, you
And
got like
you saw it.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm a visionary.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see the building before it get put up.
Yeah, see, motherfuckers tell me, I tell motherfuckers all the time, see, you see the fall.
Yeah.
I see the destination.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you see what's going to get you.
I can't slow myself down waiting on you to see what I see.
Yeah. But you already driving the car to get you to your destination. You already know where you're going. You know, by me talking to you today, I know.
I see at the same time as I'm seeing it, I ain't seeing shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, y'all just saw that clip from the Expeditiously podcast with T.I. and Master P talking about their investments in residential real estate and commercial real estate. So in this video, we're gonna go over a little bit of a breakdown into the benefits, the pros and cons of residential real estate, commercial real estate investing. I got a little bit of experience on the residential side. We're gonna chop it up. Shout out to T.I., the Expeditiously podcast. Shout out to Master P, who for me, I put Master P in my top 5 or 6 of hip hop entrepreneurs. He might actually break the top 3 if I actually sit down and take a look deep into his overall business acumen and investment portfolio, but he's definitely top 5 or 6 off the break before I even put any thought into it. Now, when we dive into the real estate game, there's a lot of pros and cons, taxes, income. We're going to talk a little bit about that. And the bottom line is, if your favorite hip hop artists, if your favorite entrepreneurs, your favorite entertainers are investing in the stock market or real estate, you damn sure should be thinking about and investing in those things too, to grow your money and grow your assets. Let's go and get it. I'm Marcus, you're at the channel The Debt Free Dad, where we're talking about finance, talking about financial topics, financial education, following my family's journey to become first generation millionaires. Let's go ahead and dive into this video. So we're going to talk a bit about the pros and cons of real estate in general across the board. Okay, pro number 1, when you have residential real estate, you create a form of passive income. We all heard the video. P said, damn, when I thought about it, I was like, you know what? I can make money doing this, and you can make passive income. If you're getting $1,000 a month for rents, the mortgage is only $600 a month, you have a margin of about $400 profit that you're making that's coming through every month, no matter what you do, so long as your tenant pays on time. Now, advantage number 2 is the property appreciation. The property value that you continue to own, even though you have a tenant in there, continues to rise. We know that property values historically go up. I'm actually going to put a link to a video where I sold a rental property selling in a seller's market. And I'm going to put the specific video up where y'all can see the offers that I got. I purchased this place in 2007, sold it in 2021, and was able to make more than 2 times the profits on the sale over that time. So appreciation is point number 2, big time advantage with regard to you having control of an asset, having some equity in it, increasing your net worth. If you want to borrow from that equity to do another investment, if you're one of those people, you have that option to do that. Hey, benefit number 3 is tax benefits, and there are a bunch of tax benefits. I'm not going to even go into all of them because I don't want this video to be too long, but you got depreciation. You got a long-term capital gains tax. If you hold a property for more than a year, most time your lease is going to be at least 12 months, so you will own that property over a year. Long-term capital gains tax is anywhere from 15 to 25%, where if it's a short-term capital gain, is an investment you had less than 1 year, you're going to be paying 30, 40% based on your, income tax bracket. So you have a tax advantage there. Plus, with real estate, there's something called a 1031 exchange. I'm going to link a video above. With that 1031 exchange, it allows you to sell real estate, sell investment property to purchase more investment property, and postpone the payment of taxes on the gains from the sale of that original rental property. And you could potentially postpone it indefinitely until it's obsolete, it's no longer in existence. So there are some definitely big tax benefits to it. Another, and the final benefit I'm going to talk about, remember, there's a gang of them, but we're going to keep it short, is owning real estate is probably the most passive income you can have. Now, it was passive for me because I didn't want to be a landlord. I didn't want to do background checks. I'm not knocking on doors to collect rents. I'm not doing all of that stuff. For me, it was easier just to pay a property manager 10% of the rental proceeds to handle all that. They'll do the evictions, they'll do the walkthroughs, the inspections, they'll do all of that stuff. All I have to do is sit back and relax. The only thing that I did was, hey, if there's a repair that costs over $500, shoot me an email and let me know. Outside of that, everything was on autopilot. So it's definitely more of a passive income if you take my approach and don't want to be a landlord. If you want to be a landlord, it's going to be an active approach. You're going to be in there fixing stuff. You got to go deal with the tenants. I don't want the tenants to know who I am. I actually did a walkthrough of the house, and the tenants had pulled up as I was at the walkthrough, and I was like, oh, I'm just the electrician who works for the property management company to come check it out. I don't want the tenants to know who the hell I am. I just want them to keep paying their rent so I can keep getting that passive income. So those are some of the benefits. Some of the downsides, again, it could be active if you choose to make it active. Another downside is you have to deal with crazy tenants. Tenants do crazy things like destroy your place, leave a mess in the place. I've seen tenants who flushed dry concrete down the toilet and flushed it just because they wanted to be a jerk to the landlord. So that's one of the downsides. The other thing is, hey, you do have the expenses of repairs. Even though you're getting passive income, even though you're making a little bit of a profit, you have, like in that example, a $400 margin. You are the person responsible for repairs. So if you don't have a property management company, like I said, something break, you have to get up, you have to go deal with it. You have to find people to fix the deficiencies or whatever is broken. So there's definitely some pros and cons, but at the end of the day, I think property, investing in real estate is one of the best, safest ways to go. The last thing I'm gonna talk about is P talked about he bought land that was near downtown that had nothing on it, didn't do anything to it, just held on to it, just literally held on to it to sell it 10 years later and make a profit. Hey, I have land right now that I'm literally not doing anything with. I rent it out to a few hunters, but it's not making me any real big profits. It probably balances out when I consider the taxes plus the profits that I'm getting from the people who want to go hunt on the land. But I know if I hold that land for another 10 years, that land, I'm going to be able to sell it for way more than what I purchased it for. So sometimes you got to have a little bit of patience. You got to have a little bit of foresight. Like they talked about in the video, T.I. said, you got to have that vision to see what's there before anyone else sees what's there. So y'all think about property. I got some videos in the playlist where we talk about investing, stocks, property. Check that out. And as always, I appreciate y'all. Y'all take care. Be safe. Peace.